My name is Evelyn, 17 years old. The first time I saw Henry run, it was like watching art in motion. His form was pure efficiency, a stark contrast to my labored strides. He was a new element on our familiar trail, a disruption in the force of our mediocre cross-country team. He was an exchange student. His accent curled around my name during roll call. It made my stomach flip, a stupid, cliché reaction I thought I was immune to. Weeks passed in a blur of practiced indifference. I focused on the path ahead, on my breathing, on not making a fool of myself. But my eyes always found him. He ran ahead of the pack, alone with his thoughts. I wondered what they were about. I started staying later, putting in extra miles. My muscles burnt and my lungs screamed in protest. But the possibility of a shared, silent glance at the water station was a better motivator than any personal record. My progress was slow, barely noticeable to anyone but me. Yet, every ounce of pain felt worthwhile. It was a secret I kept from everyone, especially from him. This entire endeavor was for a boy who didn't know I existed. It was pathetic and empowering all at once. I was getting stronger for the most fragile of reasons. The state qualifier meet arrived. A cold, biting morning. The air felt sharp in my lungs. I saw him stretching. His focus was absolute. I was just another runner in a sea of identical uniforms. The gun fired. The herd surged forward. I lost sight of him almost immediately. Lost in the chaos of limbs and pounding footsteps. I ran my own race. I focused on the rhythm, on the girl in front of me I could overtake. My time was my only goal now. The final stretch was a pure battle of will. My body begged me to stop. Then I saw him. Not ahead, but on the side of the course. He was holding his ankle. His face was a mask of pain and frustration. His race was over. Without thinking, I slowed my pace. Our eyes met. His were clouded with disappointment. I offered a weak, breathless nod, a silent gesture of understanding, of shared pain. He nodded back. It was just a second. Then I pushed forward. I crossed the finish line. I had beaten my personal best by a full minute. Later, I found him sitting on a bench near the team bus, alone. I walked over. I didn't say anything. I just sat next to him. The silence between us was heavy, but it wasn't uncomfortable. He finally spoke. His voice was quiet. He thanked me for the nod. He said it meant more than I could know. In that moment, I wasn't the average runner and he wasn't the untouchable star. We were just two people tired, a little broken, and perfectly understood. I stopped running for him. After that day, we started running together instead. Our routes became conversations. Our shared fatigue became a language. He showed me how to find a better pace. I showed him the hidden trails only locals knew. The goal was no longer about seeing him. It was about being next to him. The finish line was just a place we would eventually reach. Together, the easy rhythm we built couldn't last. A new transfer student, Benjamin, joined the team. He was all sharp smiles and competitive fire, and he immediately saw Henry not as a friend, but as an obstacle to becoming team captain. Benjamin's comments were subtle jabs at Henry's recovered ankle, his foreign techniques, and worst of all, his closeness to me. He called me a distraction, a liability. He started a rumor that Henry only got his spot back out of pity and that I was the coach's charity case. The doubt he sowed was a poison, and I watched it make Henry withdraw, his old will slamming back up. The tension came to a head at the last practice before championships. Benjamin pushed the pace recklessly in a dangerous, rocky downhill. Henry, refusing to be shown up, matched him stride for stride. I screamed for them to slow down, but my voice was lost in the wind. Then it happened. Henry's foot caught on a root. He went down hard, clutching the same ankle he'd injured before. The sound he made was one of pure agony and defeat. Benjamin didn't even look back. I sprinted to Henry's side, my own heart hammering against my ribs. His face was pale, etched with a pain that was more than just physical. His season was over, our dream of finishing the championship together was shattered on that trail. I helped him up, his arm around my shoulders, and we hobbled back in a crushing silence. He didn't speak the whole way. The light I'd seen return to his eyes was gone, extinguished. The next day, I confronted Benjamin in the empty locker room. My anger was a cold, quiet thing. I didn't yell. I simply listed every single time he'd cut corners, every cruel comment, every act of unsportsmanlike conduct. I told him that being a champion wasn't about winning a race. It was about respect. And he had none. The smug look on his face faded, replaced by startled shame. He had no retort. He just walked away. I found Henry sitting alone on the bleachers, staring at the empty track. His crutches were leaning beside him. I didn't offer empty platitudes or pity. I just sat down and placed my hand over his. "We're not done," I said, my voice firm. He finally looked at me, his eyes full of a weary sadness. "My season is," he whispered. "But not ours," I insisted. "I'm still running. And you're going to be there every step, telling me how, on the day of the championship." He was there at the starting line, leaning on his crutches. He gave me a single, solid nod. It was all I needed. The gun fired, and I ran. I ran for every early morning and every sore muscle. I ran for the boy who taught me how to be strong. And in the final stretch, when my lungs were on fire, I saw him again. He had maneuvered himself to the very edge of the finish line. He was smiling, truly smiling, for the first time since his fall. I crossed the line and didn't even look at my time. I just walked straight into his open arms. He held me tight, whispering, "You were perfect," into my hair. And right there, in front of everyone, he kissed me. We didn't win the trophy that day. We won something infinitely better.